Welcome to the Leading Sheep webinar series on electric fencing. Episode 1 features Gallagher's Doro discussing the benefits of electric fencing for feral animal control.
With electrics, it's about creating a psychological barrier. Electrics can be respected or are respected by all animals. There's the ability to sure sharp shocks from the energizer that creates that psychological barrier. You obviously can build a lot more kilometres of fence using electrics than you can on conventional methods. So the basics of the electric system and how they work, there's two systems. There's an all-live system, or there's what we commonly refer to as an earth return system. Given the larger property sizes that are now being affected at such high rate with feral animals, we continually talk earth return due to the fact that a lot of the country that these systems are in have poor conductivity. They don't earth well. The seasonal conditions have been extremely dry over recent times, and as a result of the dry conditions, then we have trouble with adequate earthing. Components of electric fence system, very basically, there's three components: is the energizer, the earth system, and an insulated fence system, which allows us to obviously get the current out in the paddock. Just on the most probably important part of all of electric fencing is earthing, and without adequate earthing, we will continue to have issues with our fence performance. As you can see in the diagram there, the diagram there illustrates the earth return, with the central wire being the earth wire, which is carried all the way back to the energizer, regardless of the distance that fence may run out across the property. Just a simple few checklists there on how to choose the right system and things to consider when you're actually you're looking to design a system. Obviously, we look to see whether we've got mains power available, whether that system can be run via 240 or whether we need to be using remote solar systems. We also need to take into consideration what distance that fence is, like how big the operation is going to be, and in that we'd also consider that we may have a combination of both a 240 volt system and a 12 volt remote system that to run the further boundaries of the property. With today's consideration, we're talking about keeping feral animals out and our our pride livestock in. And a lot of that determines, like with that, is to the placement of wires, where we need to place wires on the fence, at what height we need to place the electric wires internally to control the animals on the inside, which may be at a different height for the animals we're trying to control from the outside. The other consideration there is vegetation. A lot of systems will fail under pressure if we don't allow the size of the energizer taking into consideration just what pressure might be on that fence with vegetation. We've seen it just recently with the rapid growth of the buffalo and that in western regions after the rain, that a lot of those fence systems out there struggle to get on top of that buffalo because of this that really rapid growth sort of thing. So the key in that is that when we design our system, we actually look at an energizer that's got the dual capability to be able to handle some of that vegetation. Is the fence going to be permanent or portable? Well, in this case, we'll be talking permanent, and that is where we really need to make sure that when we put our product selection of the insulators and the wire, the post and everything that we're going to use in the fence, that we make sure that we get the right product from the beginning. So, anywhere where we're looking where we've got significant pressure, whether it be from dogs or from kangaroos or other feral pests, that we would use porcelain insulators. We would use products that will withstand that pressure from those animals. We certainly wouldn't want to be looking at using any of our plastic poly insulators because they're not designed to withstand the pressure that they're undergoing in that area. As I spoke about earlier, earthing is probably the single most largest issue that will be the cause of an electric fence system to either work properly or to fail. You know, 8 out of every 10 fencing problems that we face today, most of those are associated with poor or inadequate earthing. General rule of thumb on the larger size energizers is 4, 3, 2, 1. So it's 4 earth stakes, 3 metres apart, 2 metres deep in the ground, and all joined together as one continual wire. And that would also then be joined back to our fence system with an earth return wire as well. That earthing network is actually customised to the energizer that would be used in the job. One of the big issues that's faced with electric fencing is the maintenance of issues. Like a lot of producers will say to us, well, I want to go ahead with electrics, but I'm concerned that there's more maintenance issues and that sort of thing. When we design a system correctly and we've got proper wire placement and proper product utilisation, we can minimise the maintenance to a great degree. Obviously, there's always maintenance with any fence, whether it be a conventional fence or whether it be an electric fence. But that slide there just illustrates that there is product available on the market that give us the ability to remotely monitor your fence from points out in the paddock or on the property, and you know, it's just a reassurance that there is product available there that can help minimise that maintenance and make more of your time.